Dear friends, in this video I want to highlight one of the important things, how the child is able to train himself. And in that sense, it's really an indication of the perseverance and inventiveness of a child who tries to perform a certain motor task. So I'm going to show you the very detailed episodes of how this kid is trying to get up from the position on the floor into standing, but please do not discount it like, oh, my child is not able to kneel, or my child is not able to stand, my child is only able to lift the head, or maybe my child is only able to sit. So this is not the important part. So the important part here is to see how the child is practicing this range of transition where it's just near, when they are close to this ability to get the movement. So let's have a look. So you see this kid is kneeling, and then boom, from this position he falls from kneeling and into the quadruped position. As he does so, we can see that the spine kind of locks. And once the spine locks, now he would try to get up into the standing position. So first move that he does is trying to arch the back. You see, he's curving the back, right? So doing from flat to the curve. So in that respect, so he's bending it so he could prime himself for the future getting up, and at the same time unlocking this spinal part, right? So you see, because here he kind of sunk in and the triangle of the iliopsoas kind of locked. So he needs to reset it. So that's what he does. You see, he does this rounding the back movement. And now let's move. So there would be a few transitions, and the camera is moving. So I'll shift to the episode where he is actually trying to do the move. You see, here he is caught in this position. He is the camera changed the angle, and now we look at the way how he's going to try to get the movement. And let's count his attempts and fine-tuning efforts together. So we're here, and here we go. First, right? See, look, this looks small, but that's readjustment. He's trying to catch the position which is going to give him just right the grip at the ground with the knee, the usage of the toes. So that would be the contact area, right? So you see, that's the first point, that's contact. So the second thing that the child has to control would be this, the position of the center of mass. So he has to bring the center of mass up, right? So that would be the critical difference between quadruped position and standing up, would be bringing the center of mass up. But once you try to do so, you get another challenge, right? Another challenge being the fact that if you are in this sort of upright position, you get the component of some swing. So that will some sway. So that's tilting. So in that sense, that will be the part number 2. If this is 1, this is 2, and this is the part number 3. He has to contain this tilting angular moment of the body. So when he tries to bring the center of mass up using the ground contact, that he doesn't plung, tilt, and fall with the face down. So that's just the very minimal sort of setting that he has to control in this position. So let's have a look at how he is going to do it. So first move, 1, that's already the adjustment. 2, you see, he tries to shift the weight a little bit more towards the right leg. That's not enough. 3, now he moves the bum backwards and changing the position of the center of mass towards the foot. 4, so he comes forward. It didn't work. Now he's waiting. He changes the position again. That's number 5, right? Number 6, he moves it even further because he needs to restart and reset the whole thing. Number 6, so he moves backwards. and tries the leg again. That's number 7. And it doesn't work again. But now he tries a different avenue. Now he tries to bring the pelvis into the lateral sway. That didn't work. See, that didn't work. What was that? 7, 8. Now the number 9. He's moving forwards again, but with a different contact. And you can see that now he is coordinating the simultaneous contact by the foot and the knee. So both of them, he tries to balance the contact points there. So now he readjusts the position of the left leg and readjusts the position of the contact of the right one. So it's 10, 11. Now he moves the bum backwards, 12, 13. And for the first time he tries to remove the arm. So that's the move number 14. He continues, 15, and it doesn't work, 16. No, he continues, 17, and now he tries to do the shift. That's the move number 18. So once again, I remind, this video is shot, the videography is at the normal 30 frames per second, right? So therefore, when we do the split of the video, I've done the split at 12 frames per second. So which means there are 2.5 movements per second. So that's what you have to see, because normally when you're observing this movement, right, so you see, like we were now at 18, right, so you see there were just 6 seconds which gone, 6, 7 seconds which went. And for you as a parent observing the movements of the child, like what would be your conclusion? Okay, he's trying and he's having trouble. But you are not really normally appreciating these preparations because our eye for the natural movement is just too slow. Typically we would be looking at something which is like 5-10 seconds as the minimal kind of chunk of how we perceive the movement. But the reality, the control of the muscular activation goes into half a second, quarter, like 1/3 of a second, quarter second, even into 1/10 of a second. This is where the controls are, and you can see how well this child is doing it. So you see, by now I forgot how many movements were there. Say 18, right? Okay, so 19, because these movements of the arm, it's all repositioning. Okay, didn't work. The arm goes back. So that's 20. Now he restarts the push forwards. So that's 21. Now he moves the knee, the right knee. So that's 22. Brings it back, 23. Well, the camera drifts. So here we are. Oh, now that's a visible 24, right? So now he tries to do through the other side. Now he tries to use the left side. Now 25. So left side was the rotation, and now he tries to see, that was the rotation. So that was the rotation. Then he brought the leg down and primed his the bum down and primed his right leg, and now he gets another attempt into the left side. What is that? 26. 27, that's the rotation of the leg, and now he's calibrating all 4 points finally, right? So the 2 connections at the hands, the knee, and the foot. So that's 27. Once again he has to prime it. 28, 29, so he's swinging, repositioning the leg, the arm number, and the leg and the arm, number 30. So he moves it, number 30, number 31, right? So you see, because 30 was the lateral movement, 31 moving it backwards. Now again getting the move forwards, 32, 33, that's the left leg and the total rotation, 34, 35, lifting the head a bit, 36, the bum, 37, now he's going for the big move, using the full rotation there of the foot and priming the bum, right? So that's 37, 38, 39, Another turn, changing the position, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. You see, the arm dropped again, so he didn't succeed, but has managed to change the position of the leg and connect the pelvis. So 48, 49, 30, 50, 51. See, changing now the load of the leg. 52, repositioning, and finally he is able to coordinate. 52. So now 53, repositioning the leg. 54, 55, changing the load. 56, priming the arms. 57, moving the bum, and bending the knees. 58, pushing the right leg. 59, using the arm. 60, wow, 61, then bringing the legs together. 62, 63, 63 moves. That's what it has taken to get the right mode, to get the right positioning, to get the right combination there. 63 moves. So that is really remarkable if you look, and then, after the 64, he starts his motion. That's amazing if you think about it, right? So if you think about this total transition, so this is really remarkable how he managed to get all these shifts and how impressively the whole thing has worked. So this is one of those things that I really want to bring into your attention. The child could be incredibly creative, not could be. So what we are looking here is that the proof that the child always behaves this way. There is always this opportunity. And if a child doesn't do this, it's not because the child is lazy or the brain doesn't know what to do. It's because the brain is too preoccupied with too many disconnects and the too many things which haven't been, properly linked internally. So that's really the thing. So that's where you can see the perseverance of the child there. And on the other hand, I want to ask this simple question. Once you see how many attempts, how many shifts, how many repositionings were there, now think of yourself as a coach, as a trainer, as a person who gives instructions on how to do the movement to your child. Do you understand all these nuances? Are you able to feel and model all of these details? Well, you should be honest with yourself. You cannot even remotely model that. You don't feel and coordinate all these nuances because everything is at the strange angles, the strange angles of the foot, the strange angle of the knee, like how they could be coordinated, how they have to get linked through the pelvis, and then the integration of the lines that are coming from the shoulder and the particular grip, and then like catching the momentum and so on. So that is just an insight in how it works for every child. And that's where we come back to the primary ABR point. There is no way that you could be the source of teaching the child. Your attempts to push the child and so on, that don't work neither. So your job is to create as much as possible the internal connections, distribute the load, take away the unnecessary, like energy inefficient spikes of the muscle tone and the activities which just drain the energy of a child, and then the child himself is going to be able to explore at his own pace and show their creativity. So allow a child's brain and central nervous system to figure things out. The help that the central nervous system needs is not by trying to teach, is not trying to force, is not trying to create, like circus style dressage, right? What the brain needs is the help with the body. That's the that's the resource. That's what you are the only one who is able to deliver that as the external source of this stimulation. So I hope it helps, and I want you to really appreciate this, and this is the lens through which I would be really hopeful that you would be looking at your own child performance, no matter how little your child does today or no matter how much, so that you would appreciate it, respect your child's capacity, and do the part where your contribution is really the most important. Contribute towards this distributed support, feed in their weak connections and the elements. So thank you for the attention. I hope it has been, educational and you've been impressed as much as I've been. Cheers!